volunteer efforts weren't enough this time, and either was part-time student labor. Help came in 1979. The federal and state governments noticed the problem and granted the majority of funds needed. They quoted the 698 jobs dependent upon the line. So, for its 70th birthday, the East Troy Trolley was renewed with nearly 8,000 new ties, 100 kegs of spikes, and 13,000 cubic yards of ballast, plus other needed repairs. In 1985, the village of East Troy built a new car barn, and today the trolley at East Troy continues on, a half-century after its builder gave it up as a lost cause. And it's the last of its kind in Wisconsin. Over the years, not much has really changed. In fact, looking back to the early days, we placed our cameras on the exact spots where those long-ago photographers stood to take the historic pictures we saw earlier. This scene, for example, shows the station on the right with the wooden train shed overhead, the canopy covering the freight platform, everything as it was on December 6, 1927. Today, the old station house remains much as it was, but the trolley shed and platform are gone. And here's the same location as seen from a different angle. Again, after 70 years, it's hardly changed at all. Looking in the opposite direction, this scene dates to about 1908, not long after the line was completed. Today, after well over 3/4 of a century, the weather shelter is long gone, and now the station is 1 block east on Church Street. This is the same location. The season is summer, the year about 1908. Today, as we near the 21st century, it's still possible to board a trolley car here. However, such is not the case at the former Mukwonago station because in 1939 the building was demolished and the tracks relocated to the south so as to join the Sioux line.
Marky.
What?
Just wait.
Boy, full car here.
Marky, you want to sit back here?
Sit.
I'm waiting for 2 passengers, I think. Other than that, we'll go. Mr. Huckster, you on? No, he's not.
How many railroads still wait for passengers?
Well, this one does.
You got it.
Okay.
What about a brace against here? Want a brace against the back here?
A ride on the East Troy line is a pleasant assault on the senses. The traditional two-bell signal for forward, the release of air brake pressure, the notching up of the controller handle, and then the growl of 600-volt traction motors in a rising crescendo as the wheels grasp for purchase on the rails below. Very dramatic.
What's the top speed, about 25?
Yeah. Today we'll be lucky to hit that downhill with the wind in the right direction. Fell faster than that coming down, John. Maybe 30, but not much more than that.
30 with a tailwind.
No high-speed welded rails here. The passengers hear every click and clack. That's a positive thing. It wouldn't be the same in smooth silence. Still, the rebuilt rails are capable now of 50 miles per hour. No one seems to want to go that fast, though. Even if car 253 could, and it can't, it was built as a streetcar. Top speed about 30. A number of American communities have preserved their trolley lines due to public necessity. Besides East Troy, trolleys still run in Philadelphia, in Boston, and in San Francisco, New Orleans, Newark, Cleveland, Toronto, and Pittsburgh. In the past few years, we've had new trolley lines built in downtown Detroit, San Diego, Vancouver, Portland, Oregon, Seattle, Buffalo, Fort Collins, Colorado, and several other cities. But the old country trolley is all but extinct in the U.S.
This is not your makeup, it's your last one. Okay, catch you a little later.
Nearly all the rolling stock from the old days had, unfortunately, been scrapped years ago. The trolleys here now have been salvaged from other lines and restored by volunteers.